But when we do meet them, and they're individual to us, they're based on karmas we've created in this life, and karmas, good and bad, that we've inherited from past life and past lives, then he rewards us. And what Saturn rewards us with is golden reaping. So we do need to take time to work out what our karmas are. Get a karma and life script reading from me. It's absolutely fascinating and super important. It involves looking at your divisional charts, which say such useful things about the karmas you came into in this life. And as I said, if we can make progress in meeting Saturn's demands, he rewards us with golden reaping. And he's in Aquarius for a long time. So of course that especially affects people with planets in Aquarius, people with planets in Leo opposite, and also, because Saturn particularly aspects the 3rd and the 10th, people with planets in Aries and Sagittarius, Scorpio and Taurus. The next point I want to make is about the nodes of the moon. The transiting nodes of the moon, Ketu the south node, Rahu the north node, are our life purpose, our destiny direction in this life. We all come in where Ketu the south node is, where each of us thrown across our chart, as it were, to our fate and destiny direction this life, where Rahu is, the north node. Now, the nodes of the moon left their 18-month transit through Libra, the sign of relationship, on the 30th of October. And they entered Virgo, Pisces sign axis. Well, Virgo essentially is about healing, health, healing and right living. And so really look out for what are your health issues? What's the deepest and best interpretation of them? What is the best ways of treating them, that go beyond what like the doctor in the local surgery will offer you? And because Rahu in Pisces is involved in this axis, well, the highest form of that is intuition. And remember, Neptune is in Pisces too. What's the combination of intuition and healing? Well, it's bringing intuition to your health and healing needs. It's developing intuitive healing techniques. I would also say that Venus has just entered Scorpio at the time of the full moon. Venus is at 2 degrees Scorpio. So we need to be aware that Venus in Scorpio can cause problems to watch out for in relationship. Mars is at the very other end of Scorpio at 29 degrees Scorpio. And so of course it's in the Gandanta zone, the water to fire transition, Gandanta zone from Scorpio to Sagittarius. So Mars is in a zone of complete immateriality, complete physical unsupportedness. And that can cause temper and stress. But the higher meaning is to put energy into vision work. Vision work that is helped by not just limiting yourself to your worldly context, but going beyond that and connecting to the divine realm, the God realm. Mercury is also in the Gandanta zone. It's at 1 Sagittarius. So it too is in the Scorpio Sagittarius Gandanta zone. And I'm afraid I have to say that Mercury is retrograde. So there could be confusion and communication and postal challenges. Mercury retrogrades into Scorpio next day on the 28th of December. And Mercury turns direct soon on the 2nd of January at 28 Scorpio. So of course Mercury is going back through the Gandanta zone for the 3rd time. Goodness. So at this time I would suggest slow down. Be thoughtful, carefully watch communications and computer issues, and of course open to insights. So the last point I'd make about key planetary energies in this particular full moon are Jupiter and Uranus now in Aries. They're both retrograde now. What house in your chart is Aries? To have Jupiter and Uranus there is a wonderful gift, and it's run for some time. Now Jupiter is at 11 Aries and turns direct on the 31st of December. Uranus is at 25 degrees Aries and turns direct on the 27th of January. This is a wonderful, expansive energy for Aries people and for the life area that is the sign of Aries in your chart. And of course for people whose the houses of their chart are aspected by Jupiter and Uranus. Jupiter turns direct on the 31st of December, Uranus turns direct on the 27th of January. Jupiter enters Taurus on the 1st of May, Uranus enters Taurus on the 1st of June. So check out what house in your birth chart is Vedic Taurus. What life area? You're going to do well there. Be aware of that. Make space for it. Maximize it. Let your awareness increase the benefit. So, to conclude, I feel this is a full moon that demands the deepest connection. It demands that you confront the problems you're facing at the moment. It demands that you get to the root of the matter. It demands that we overcome fears that may dog us. And if you're able to do, shamanic or visionary work or visualization, there's so many energies in this full moon that supports you. So if you want a reading from me, including a reading about your year ahead, or your karma and destiny, and many other astrology topics, go to my Star Wheel Astrology website. My wife, Maggie Pashley, does an immense number of healing modalities worldwide online. You can go to her website, www.maggiepashley.com. I hope this fairly sort of deep and complicated video and its associated blog post will be of real benefit to you to take a step up in your awareness and a step forward along your karmic pathway. That's certainly the way I seek and hope and intend to use it. Thank you.